really appreciate the invitation today. I would urge you to go to the website and take a look at the Canadian Federation of Independent Business Party Leaders Survey. I think you'll be very pleasantly surprised. I will say that the question today is, what is your personal statement to the business community? My personal statement is that strong communities foster a strong business community. I'd like to just give you a quick list. I've been giving a partial list at all candidates meetings, but this is a relatively full list of all the businesses that have left Peterborough. General Times Corporation, Westlock, Sargent Lockworks, Peterborough Locks, De Laval, Outboard Marine, Ray Bestis Brinton, Brinton Carpet Factory, Maple Leaf Slaughterhouse, Domtar Cardboard Box Factory, Johnson & Johnson, Ithacon Sutures, Fisher Gage on Armour Road, Sunshine Dairy, Baskin Robbins, Malt Processing on Lansdowne Street, Beaver Lumber, Peterborough Transport, Tilco Plastics. I was just trying to imagine how vibrant Peterborough would be if all of those businesses were still operating. I have to tell you that one of the reasons that I grew up in Toronto after starting high school or starting elementary school at Central School was my dad was working at GE when they had over 7,000 unionized employees. They're less than 600 now. And one of the things with talking about my dad, I was at a lunch a week and a half ago, and Bob Bond, those of you who are old enough to remember Bobby Bond, was the keynote speaker. And he mentioned, I went up and introduced myself as Lou Nickle's son. And Bob Bond said, oh, okay. Big deal, I guess. I sat down and he said, when he got up to speak, he said, Dave Nickle's here. That's Lou Nickle's kid. Lou Nickle was my hero when I was growing up. And he said Lou Nickle was my hero because he always stood up for the little guy. And I do believe that over the course of the last 22 years in Peterborough, that my actions have spoken very loud as a social, labor, economic, anti-poverty, and environmental activist. But it's not just being on picket lines and being at rallies and being at vigils. As Stu quite kindly said, I've had a very good leadership role with the Labor Council, the Legal Center, anti-poverty groups, the Health Coalition, and my union OSSTF. And I hope that my actions have always demonstrated that I've stood up for the little guy. And I look at small business as the little guy as well. And I think it's really, really important that you never forget that you're going up against these major corporations. Major corporations that have been given blanket tax cuts from Mr. Harper. Blanket tax cuts with absolutely no conditions. So you're up against major corporations that have armies of lawyers, and they can take their profits overseas and park their losses here while you struggle as a little guy. I'll also tell you that one thing Thomas Mulcair will never accuse you of being is just a bunch of tax cheats. So one of the things that we need to do is we need to look at innovation. And one of the things that the NDP has said is that we are going to, I will refer to notes, we're going to kickstart manufacturing and small business creation because we know that 80% of jobs are created by you in every single community. You're the major job creator, so we're going to help you, give you a break. So instead of supporting job creating small businesses, Mr. Harper handed out tens of billions of dollars in tax breaks to large corporations, as I said, with no conditions attached. And through 12 years of majority government, Liberal prime ministers rubber-stamped thousands of foreign takeovers that shipped quality jobs overseas. So we're going to create an innovation tax credit for businesses that invest in machinery and equipment and property used in innovation, boosting research and development. And this plan will save Canadian manufacturers making these critical R&D commitments and investments approximately $40 million each year. And we're going to cut the small business tax rate from 11% to 9% to better support a sector of our economy that creates 80% of jobs in Canada. And we're going to cut so that's going to be a cut of almost 20%. We're going to extend the accelerated capital cost allowance for manufacturing and processing machinery and equipment. This will encourage new investment and help make Canada's manufacturing more globally competitive. And this measure will help manufacturers attract new investors and grow their exports and create good family-supporting jobs. Dan Kelly, President and CEO of the Canadian Federation of Independent Business, said, "Cutting the small business tax rate by nearly 20% will provide a big boost to small business owners across the country and help them create jobs." 30 seconds. Okay. I cannot wait to be your MP, to take part in a government that stands up for all of us little guys. So, thank you for your attention.